So Act 4, Scene 2 sees us at Fife, which is where Macduff's castle is situated. And this is a little scene that sometimes at the end causes people to laugh a little bit when we get to Macduff's son. But we'll work our way through it. She is in dire straits. Her husband has gone and left her with the family, and she's receiving a visit from Ross, a relative of theirs, and he's checking in on them. And Lady Macduff is in a bit of a fuss. She's not impressed with her husband. So this could play very modern day as well. When one partner in the marriage goes off, the other one is left to hold down the household, take care of the children, and she's already feeling vulnerable. And so she's quite mad at him. She's ticked off. What had he done to make him fly the land? You must have patience, madam. He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors. You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear. Wisdom, to leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch, for the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason. So he takes off from here, where Scotland is in such bad ways with Macbeth running the place, and he takes off. So she's just very upset. She probably doesn't feel this way at all in real life, but, she's ticked off. My dearest coz, I pray you school yourself. But for your husband he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fit of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. So here they are, trying to do the right thing by Scotland, trying to be quite patriotic and to get the real king back on the throne. And they themselves would be looked upon as traitors. When we hold rumour from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move, I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward. So it's got to get better, and I will once come again to what they were before. Oh, my pretty cousin, blessing upon you. And Lady Macduff just looks down at her son. Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless. I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once. So Ross feels so badly for him, he might embarrass himself with sadness. So now she's looking at her son, and she starts just by making conversation. It's a little bit playful. It's a little bit her just mouthing off because she's still mad at her husband. And the son is quite sharp. He's a little precocious, and he really gets the better of her a little bit. Sir, your father's dead. What will you do now? How will you live? As birds do, mother. What, with worms and flies? With what I get, I mean, and so do they. Poor bird, thou wouldst never fear the net nor lime, the pitfall nor the gin. Why should I, mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father is not dead for all your saying. Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father? Nay, how will you do for a husband? Why, I can buy me 20 at any market. Then you'll buy them to sell again. Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith with wit enough for thee. Was my father a traitor, mother? Aye, that he was. What is a traitor? Now, of course, she doesn't really believe that he's a traitor to the country, but right now, being so ticked at him for taking off, maybe she feels that he has betrayed her, or maybe she understands that Macbeth and those people would see him as a traitor, but she's really just mouthing off here. Was my father a traitor, mother? Aye, that he was. What is a traitor? Why, one that swears and lies. And be all traitors that do so? Every one that does so is a traitor and must be hanged. And must they all be hanged that swear and lie? Every one. Who must hang them? Why, the honest men. Then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest man and hang up them. Now God help thee, poor monkey, but how wilt thou do for a father? If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father. Poor prattler, how thou talkest. So they were just carrying on. But a messenger comes, and it gets dark quickly. Bless you, fair dame, I am not known to you. I am not to you known, though in your state and honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man as vice, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare buy no longer. So he brings this message of fear that someone is on their way to do harm to these, and they should leave. Whither should I fly? And whither means why. And I understand her here. Why should I go anywhere? I've done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, and to good sometimes account a dangerous folly. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong even in 2020. A lot of times, people who try to do the right thing, the whistleblowers, they are brought down. They are punished. People who tattle, right? Snitches get stitches type thing. And here she is, her and her husband, everyone's trying to do the right thing, and they're in danger. It's not fair. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces? Enter murderers. Where is your husband? I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou mayest find him. He's a traitor. And the son gets after him. Thou liest, thou shag-eared villain. And the murderer, what, you egg? And stabs the child. Young fry of treachery. He has killed me, mother. Run away, I pray you. And he dies. Lady Macduff exits crying murder, pursued by the murderers. I'll give you a hint, she doesn't make it.